Good morning, students. In the last class we started solutions of level 2 questions, and today's discussion is continuation of solutions of level 2 questions. In this, the solution questions based on ideal and non-ideal solutions. 13th question is, which of the following solution pairs can be separated into its pure components by fractional distillation? From fractional distillation, the solutions can be separated, their boiling point range is more than 25 degrees Celsius. The boiling point of liquid mixture is more than 25 degrees Celsius. Those liquids can be separated by fractional distillation. In this, there are 4 liquid pairs are given. In this, first one is benzene and toluene. These two liquid pairs forming an ideal solution. These two liquid pairs forming ideal solution. And second one is water and HNO3. This is an example for non-ideal solution. Non-ideal solution showing negative deviation. And third one is water and HCl. This is also an example for non-ideal solution showing negative deviation. And fourth one is water plus ethanol. C2H5OH. This is also non-ideal solution showing positive deviation. First one is ideal solution and their boiling point difference is more than 25 degrees, and these can be easily separated from fractional distillation. But second and third liquid pairs are non-ideal solution showing negative deviation, and these are the examples for maximum boiling azeotrope. And this HNO3 and water mixture boils at 121 degrees Celsius, and HCl and water mixture boils at 108 degrees Celsius. These two are examples for maximum boiling azeotropes. And last one is water and ethanol boils at 78 degrees Celsius, and this is an example for minimum boiling azeotrope. Azeotropes are nothing but the binary mixtures of liquids with same composition in liquid and vapor phase and boils at constant temperature. The azeotropic mixtures cannot be separated by fractional distillation, and these 3 pairs are azeotropic mixtures. 2 are maximum boiling azeotropes and 1 is minimum boiling azeotrope, and these cannot be separated by fractional distillation. And the only first one, that is ideal solution, can be separated by fractional distillation. Toluene and benzene mixture can be separated by fractional distillation, and rest of the liquid pairs cannot be separated by fractional distillation because these forming azeotropic mixtures. 2 are maximum and 1 is minimum boiling azeotropes. And the answer for this is first one is the right. Next question is, which of the following is correct for a solution showing positive deviation from Rolle's law? From Rolle's law, it shows positive deviation. First one is ideal solution. Second one non-ideal. In that, positive deviation and negative deviation. There are four important properties, characteristic properties of ideal and non-ideal solution. First one is, for ideal solution, AB interactions are same. AB interactions are same as that of AA and BB. In ideal solution, AB interactions are same as that of AA and BB. In non-ideal solution, AB interactions are differ than that of AA and BB. But in positive deviation, AB interactions are weaker than that of AA and BB. In non-ideal solution showing positive deviation, AB interactions are weaker than AA and BB. And in negative deviation, AB interactions are stronger than that of AA and BB. AB interactions are stronger than AA and BB. This is the first characteristic property. Second one is, enthalpy of mixture is always equal to 0. During the formation of an ideal solution, the heat is neither absorbed nor evolved, and the total enthalpy change during the formation of an ideal solution is always equal to 0. And in this case, delta H mixing is greater than 0, that is positive. The amount of heat is absorbed during the formation of non-ideal solution showing positive deviation. And in the negative deviation, delta H mixing is less than 0 and this one is negative, and during the formation of non-ideal solution showing negative deviation, amount of heat is absorbed. Third characteristic property is delta V mixing is equal to 0. For example, let us consider 10 ml of benzene is mixed with 10 ml of toluene and the resulting volume of the mixture is 20 ml. But the V mixing is nothing but V toluene minus V benzene or V benzene minus V toluene, that is equal 10 ml minus 10 ml means volume of the mixture is always equal to 0 for ideal solution. And in case of positive deviation, the change in volume of the mixture is greater than 0, that is also positive. The weaker attractive forces between solute and solvent, the very slight expansion of solute and solvent, and the volume is increases. By adding 10 ml of solute or 10 ml solute and solvent, the total volume of the mixture is exceeds or more than 20 ml, that is 20.2 or 20.1, and the volume of the mixture is positive, that is greater than 0. And in case of negative deviation, it is less than 0, that is negative, and by mixing 10 ml of solute and 10 ml of solvent of binary liquids, and the total volume of the mixture is less than 20 ml, that is 19.8 or 19.9, and resulting enthalpy of volume of the mixture is negative. And last one is total pressure is equal to sum of partial pressures of individual components, P equal to PA plus PB, and for positive deviation P is greater than PA plus PB, and for negative deviation P is less than PA plus PB. In this question, which of the following is correct for the solution showing positive deviation from Rolle's law? This is not distillation, Rolle's law. In this first one is delta V, positive deviation means not equal to 0 or positive. First one is delta V mixing is positive, delta H mixing is positive. Both are positive in the positive deviation, and the first statement is correct. In the second statement, delta V mixing is negative means negative deviation, and this is also negative deviation. Third one, delta V is equal to positive and delta H is negative. This is the not combination. First one is positive deviation, second one is negative deviation, and the correct statement for this is first one. Next question is based on colligative properties. A plant cell shrinks when it is kept in. There are two conditions. The plant cells or blood cells are placed in, the normal saline concentration is more than 0.91% and less than 0.91%. Let us consider two cases. Plant cells or blood cells are placed These are the plant cells or blood cells, and which containing normal saline concentration is more than 0.91%. In this case, normal saline concentration is less than 0.91%, and the concentration of blood cells or plant cells, concentration of plant cell or RBC is equal to 0.91%. The concentration of blood or plant cells is 0.91%, and this is isotonic with normal saline water. In the first case, the plant cell is placed in the normal saline concentration, the normal saline containing its concentration is more than 0.91%, and the osmosis generally takes place. Osmosis takes place from lower concentration to higher concentration through semi-permeable membrane. The spontaneous flow of solvent molecules from lower concentration to higher concentration. Here, lower concentration is plant cell or blood cell, and the higher concentration is normal saline concentration is more than 0.91, means this is a hypertonic solution. This one is hypertonic solution and this one is hypotonic solution. And the osmosis process takes place, the spontaneous flow of solvent molecule from lower concentration to higher. Lower is plant cell and the water is flowing from cell to normal saline concentration, and the water is flowing out of the cell and these cells are shrinks. These cells are shrinks. And in the second case, if the blood cells or plant cells are placed in hypotonic solution, the osmosis process takes place and the solvent water is flowing from normal saline concentration to plant cells, and these cells are swells. The swelling takes place when the blood cells or plant cells are placed in the hypotonic solution, and the shrinking takes place when the blood cells or plant cells are placed in the hypertonic solution. In these options, a plant cell shrinks when it is kept in. Shrinking means first option is hypotonic solution, this is not. In the plant cells are placed in the hypotonic solution, cells are swells or swelling takes place, and the plant cells are shrinks when it placed in the hypertonic solution. This is the correct answer, shrinks. Second one is correct one. Next question is, a solution A, B, C and D are respectively 0.1 m glucose, 0.05 m NaCl, then 0.05 m BaCl2 and 0.1 m this is repeated, 1 m AlCl3. Which one of the following pairs is isotonic? Isotonic means we have to calculate the number of particles or same concentration of two solutions are identified from this question. In this, first one is, this one is non-ionizable, this one is non-ionizable. And the number of particles are only one. Glucose containing only one particle and its concentration is 0.1. In case of NaCl, this dissociated into Na plus and Cl minus, and each ion having 0.05 m concentration, and the total concentration of the NaCl solution is total concentration is 0.05 plus 0.05, this is equal to 0.1 m in the solution. In the barium chloride, it dissociated into Ba2 plus and 2Cl minus, and the concentration 0.05, 2 into 0.05, the total concentration is 0.05 plus 0.1, this is equal to 0.15. And in the last one, Al3 plus 3Cl minus, total concentration including each ion 0.1 plus 3 into 0.1, 0.3, this is equal to 0.4 m. And from these non-volatile solutes, the concentration of solution in glucose as well as in sodium chloride, both the concentrations are 0.1 m, and 0.1 m glucose is isotonic with 0.05 m NaCl solution, because NaCl dissociated into two ions, Na plus and Cl minus, and each ion having concentration 0.05 m, and the sum of the concentrations of each ions in the solution is 0.1 m, and A is glucose and B is NaCl. A and B are isotonic with each other. The correct answer is first one. Next question is, the want of factor I for a 0.2 molar aqueous solution of urea. Urea is neither associate nor dissociate, and it is present in the solution as a normal state. Urea is present in the solution as a normal state. Normal state means neither associate nor dissociate. For normal state, I is equal to 1, and for dissociation I is greater than 1, and for association I is less than 1. These are the three conditions for the identification of want of factor in normal state, in the dissociation state and association state. And urea is neither associate nor dissociate, and it is present in the normal state, and its want of factor is 1. Fourth option is right. Next question is, the depression in freezing point of 0.1 molar aqueous solutions of HCl, copper sulfate and potassium sulfate are in the ratio. The depression in freezing point The expression for depression in freezing point delta Tf is directly proportional to molality, and delta Tf is equal to Kf I into Kf into m, because all these are electrolytes and these are dissociated in the solution. In HCl, dissociated into H plus Cl minus. CuSO4, this is also dissociated, Cu2 plus and SO4 2 minus. Then last one is K2SO4, 2K plus plus SO4 2 minus. The number of particles in these, their want of factor I is equal to 2, I is equal to 2 and I is equal to 3, and their ratios, and this relation delta Tf is directly proportional to I and m, proportionality constant, that is a constant for an aqueous solution. Kf for water is 1.86. In this case, first one is delta Tf is 2 and this one is 0.1. Second one is delta Tf is 2 into 0.1. Third case is delta Tf 3 into 0.1. 0.1 is common and the ratio is 2:3, and in the option this one is not given, and this is divided by 2, 1:1:1.5, 3/2 means 1.5, and the correct option for depression in freezing point of 0.1 m aqueous solution of HCl's copper sulphate and potassium sulphate is third one. Next question is Kb for water is 0.52 Kelvin per molality, then 0.1 m solution of NaCl will boil approximately at. From the elevation of boiling point, delta Tb is equal to I into Kb into m, because the non-volatile solute is sodium chloride, and in aqueous solution sodium chloride dissociated into Na plus and Cl minus, and its want of factor is 2. From this, substitute the values of molality, Kb value and want of factor. This delta Tb is nothing but Tb minus Tb naught is equal to 2 into Kb value is 0.52 into 0.1, and del Tb naught is Tb minus 100. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, and this one is 1.04 into 0.1. Tb is equal to 100 plus 0.104. Therefore, Tb is equal to 100.104 degrees Celsius, and the option is fourth one is the right answer for this question. Next question is the relationship between osmotic pressure at 273 Kelvin when 10 gram of glucose, its osmotic pressure is P1, and 10 gram of urea, its osmotic pressure is P2, and are dissolved in another, that P3 is missing here, and 10 gram of glucose, sucrose, this one is P3, are dissolved in 250 ml of water. The relationship between osmotic pressures of glucose, urea and sucrose solutions are dissolved in 250 ml of water at 273 Kelvin temperature. The osmotic pressure is depends on osmotic pressure or simply colligative property is inversely proportional to molar mass. Colligative property is inversely proportional to molar mass MB, and osmotic pressure is also colligative property, and this is also inversely proportional to MB. And all these solutes are dissolving in 250 ml, 10 gram of these solutes dissolving in 250 ml of water, and the osmotic pressure P1 for glucose is, P1 is directly proportional to 1 by its molar mass of glucose is 180, and P2 directly proportional to 1 by 60, molar mass of urea is 60, and P3 molar mass of sucrose is 342, and the ratios, lower the molar mass, higher the osmotic pressure, lower the molar mass, higher the osmotic pressure, and urea having lowest molecular mass and its osmotic pressure is more, and then glucose P1, next is P3. The relation is based on molar mass of non-volatile solutes, and first one is wrong, P1 is greater than P2 is greater than P3. Second one, P1 is greater than P2, that is same, this is also wrong, and third option is P2 is greater than P1 is greater than P3. This one is right answer. Or this can also be determined by using P1 is equal to, P1 represents osmotic pressure, equal to all are the non-volatile solutes and non-electrolytes. This is N divided by V. This is N means W1 by MW1. P2 is equal to W2 by MW2. P3 is equal to W3 by MW3. From this relation also we can get the relation between these two solutes. Osmotic pressure of urea is more than that of glucose, and the osmotic pressure of glucose is more than that of sucrose, and the right one, correct answer for this is third one. Next question is, the depression in freezing point for 1 m urea, 1 m glucose and 1 molar sodium chloride are in the ratio. The depression in freezing point is also, the depression in freezing point decreases with increase in number of particles. Depression in freezing point is increases with increase in number of particles. First one is 1m urea. 1m urea and 1m glucose, these are non-electrolytes and number of particles are only 1 particle. But in case of 1m NaCl, 1 molar NaCl dissociated into Na plus Cl minus 2 particles, and the depression in freezing point is more in case of NaCl and then urea and glucose, and the ratios are for urea 1, glucose 1 and NaCl is 2. Option third one is the correct. Next question is, the molar elevation constant for water is 0.56 degree Celsius per liter of water. The boiling point of solution made by dissolving 6 gram of urea in 200 gram of water. In this, the molar elevation constant, that is delta Tb is equal to I into Kb into m. Delta Tb is equal to want-off factor for urea is 1, Kb value is 0.56 into molality of the solution, that m is W1 by mW1 into 1000 divided by W2. This is equal to 0.56 into 6 by 60, its molecular mass, divided by 200. This is equal to 0.56 into 5 by 10. This is equal to 8 divided by 10. This is equal to 0.28. This is the in degree Celsius and this one is delta Tb. Then they asked the molar elevation constant of water. Delta Tb is equal to Tb minus Tb naught, and delta Tb is 0.28. This is equal to Tb minus boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Tb is equal to 100 plus 0.28. This is equal to 100.28 degrees Celsius, and the second option is the correct one. Second one is the right answer for this question. And last question is, the molar freezing point constant for water is 1.86 degrees Celsius per mole. If 342 gram of cane sugar is dissolved in 100,000 grams of water, the solution will freeze at, this is based on depression in freezing point, delta Tf equal to I into Kf into m. Want-off factor for cane sugar is 1. This one is non-electrolyte and non-ionizable, and Kf value is 1.86 into W1 by mW1 into 1000 divided by W2. This is equal to 1.86 into 342 gram of cane sugar, and its molar mass is also same 342. 1000 divided by dissolving in 1000 grams. This is equal to 1.86. Delta TF is equal to 1.86. Delta TF is nothing but TF naught minus TF, and freezing point of water is 0 degree Celsius. 1.86 is equal to freezing point of water, delta TF naught is 0 and TF, therefore TF is equal to minus 1.86 degree Celsius, and the option first one is the correct answer. And this completes the solutions of level 2 questions, and in the next class we will discuss NCERT exemplar problems. Thank you.